just. You gon' have to do it less for you. Tell mama you know I always want you to. You gon' have to do more than just. You gon' have to do it less for you.
What's up, everybody? It's me, ooh-wee, it's me. And today I'm going to be doing a story time of the time I got caught stealing. Yeah, I know, sounds terrible. Don't worry, I'm not like that anymore, but it was a one-time thing and I learned from it. But before we get into the video, please hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Also, give this video a thumbs up and be on the lookout for more videos. So let's get into it. So it all starts off with me and my friend. I'm just gonna make up a name for her. Let's call her Maple. I don't know why, but we're gonna call her Maple. Me and Maple were at her house, and we were just talking about the day of school. Me and Maple were 13, 14 years old. Yeah, we were like in 8th grade, so we were 13 or 14 years old. And we were talking about school, boys, all that good stuff. And we also were talking about how everybody kept saying how they were stealing from this one store, from Sears at the mall. And they were saying, like, it's so easy, stuff like that. So, we wanted to do something exciting and fun. So we went to the mall, and we had brought Sears bags with us, empty Sears bags that her mom had because her mom had recently went shopping there, so we had Sears bags. So we went into the store and we had these empty bags, and she's like, let's just fill them up and walk out. She's like, but let's do it inside the fitting room. And I'm like, okay. And so we split up because she was like, Maple was like, it looks bad if we are with each other. It looks like they'll pay more attention to us. If we're by ourselves, we'll be okay. So I go along with it. I'm like, okay. So we split up, and we just start getting random shit, and then we go to a fitting room, and the fitting rooms at Sears, like, there's no employees that tell you to go in there. Like, you can just walk in and try stuff on. So we walked in there, and I was real hesitant. Like, I didn't want to steal anything, I kept looking at cameras and everything. So I ended up taking all the stuff I had and just leaving it in the fitting room. I didn't even steal it at all. And I walked out, and my friend found me, and she's like, why didn't you take anything? And I was like, I'm scared, girl. And she's like, let's just do it, we're gonna leave. Just nobody sees us. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I go back into the fitting room and put all the stuff back in my Sears bag. And then her and I start, walking, and she's like, what way should we take? And I'm like, well, we shouldn't go back into the mall. Let's leave. So because the store had, like, you can either go back into the mall or you can go to different sides of the parking lots through different exits. So we took, like, a random exit that was, like, and there was no, like, employees by. So we go and we walk out, all cool, calm, and collective. And then, like, once we open the door and we walk out, we're like, yes, yes, oh my God, we got this. And then all of a sudden, like, this like real cute guy, he looked like he was about like 16, 17 years old. He's like, hey girls, can I get your number? Like, flirting with us. And she's looking at me like, ooh, he's so cute, and then I'm like, yeah, he is cute, and I want to give him my number. So I'm like, yeah. So he was like, let me just describe what he was wearing. Like, he was wearing like just jeans and like a nice shirt, and like he had a chain on, and like his had like long, like nice hair, and it was like slicked back. It was really, like, he was really, really hot. So we turned back and we're talking to him, and then he's like, come with me inside the store, it's cold, because it was kind of chilly out. So we walk in there, he goes, let me see what's in your bag. Yeah, my heart dropped. I looked at Maple, and I'm just like, we're caught. Like, I just thought that in my head. Like, I literally, the tears started, like, my eyes started getting watery, and her eyes started getting watery, and he's like, follow me, please. Like, real, like, just like that, like, follow me, please. But his finger was just like that. Follow me. So we go with him, because he said, follow me. So we go with him, and we're walking up into, like, this dark, like, hallway, and go into this office. When we get in the office, there was cameras everywhere, like, everywhere. And there was lots of, like, there's probably like 6 or 7 people that were like, they weren't wearing Sears uniforms or anything. They were dressed like normal people, and they were part, like, the loss prevention area. So they were looking at the cameras, and then they saw us, and then they were like, we're gonna split you guys up, and they questioned us. And I mean, I think they thought that we wasn't gonna cooperate, but her and I were like good girls prior to this, so like, you know, we were like, you know, just, she ended up telling the truth and I ended up telling the truth. I'm just like, you know, everybody was doing it and talking about it at school, so like we came here and we started, you know, and I'm sorry, you know, I kept apologizing over and over and over. And so they're like, well, this is our policy, you know, and since your items were under $100, we have this program for kids, for youth like you, and it's called the Peacemaker program, but we need to call your parents and we do need to notify the police. And I'm like, oh my God. And then also, while they're doing this, they have me and Maple playing our video of us stealing. And I'm just like, literally, I keep looking at the video like that, like, oh God, like I don't even want to look at it. Like I literally wanted to like close my eyes and just close my ears and just, oh, I just didn't want to watch that video. It was so embarrassing. And then they took all the stuff out of our bags and they laid it out on the table, and it was like so like the stuff we stole, it was like flip flops and like a shirt and like sunglasses and freaking makeup or something. And it was just so embarrassing. They had it all laid out in tags, and then it was like they kept our video on pause, and then they called our family right in front of us, and like, you know, and they're like, we have your daughter, she was shoplifting, we need you to come pick her up, the police have been notified. And I could just hear my mom like screaming in the background. I'm like, oh God. So my mom finally shows up, and my mom looks at me like she's like pissed, you know, like she gives me that mom look like, fuck, like you are an embarrassment, you know, like I literally felt like, oh my God. So my mom comes in, they talk to my mom and show her like all the stuff we stole, and they show her the evidence of us stealing. They make my mom watch the whole video. My mom watches the whole video and just looks back at me like, I can't believe you did this, you know, like it's embarrassing for a mother to have her daughter stealing and she got to go up there. So, you know, oh God. So then they give us this paper or whatever and tell us the steps for Peacemaker and the number we have to contact. And so, you know, the next, you know, I go home, my mom like basically grounds me. You know, I lose my phone privileges and all that. And then I have to call the number. And then Peacemaker's like, you know, your friend's already here. She has an appointment here, so we need you to come here too. It was like the next day. So I went there, and it was like me and my friend were there, and they're like, you guys got like, I forgot how many hours of community service it was, but it was community service we had to do at a public library. And then it was, we had to write an apology letter to the store. And then it was pay the fine of how much our items were worth. And my items were like $50 and hers was like 100 and something. So she had to pay like 100 and something and I had to pay $50. And then we both had to do like, I think we had to do like 25 hours of community service. So we had to do like a couple days at the public library, and that was so freaking boring because all we were doing was putting books away, and you know, library is boring and quiet and stuff like that. So it's like, that's what we were doing, and we had to do it separate days. We couldn't do it together. So, and then like she had a day where she had to go read her, cause like I said, we had to write an apology letter and it had to be a full page. So like she went and read the letter, like, was I forgot what day it was. Like, say she went and read it on a Thursday. I had to go read mine on that following Monday. So, you know, it was embarrassing as hell when we had to read those letters. Like, literally, you don't just read it to one person. You got to read it to the Peacemaker people, the person that's working with you. Then you got to read it to the staff at the employee thing. Because, like, I guess, like, every morning it was a morning because it was on the weekend. It wasn't Monday that I went and read mine. Now I'm thinking about it, because we were in school. It was like on the weekend. And it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Like every day at 8, all the staff there and the employees, they have like their meetings, I guess, before they start their shift. And like we had to go there and read it in front of probably, I want to say 40 or 50 employees. And they're all looking at you, and it's just so embarrassing. Like, oh my God, just reading that letter and my embarrassment, like I was shaking and hiding my face in the letter, and I'm just like, oh my God. At the end, the store's like, you know, thank you for apologizing and going with the steps. I hope you learned from this, but you're banned from the store for a year. And it was embarrassing, you know. Not only that, they did take our picture, but they weren't allowed to like hang it where, because they had like this little wall near the loss prevention office, not like where regular shoppers can look, but it's like in the hallway where the employees go, like through the employee doors, and it's like a bulletin board of like people that stole, and it says like watch out for these people. They weren't allowed to put our pictures because we were minors, but I was just like, I remember thinking like, fuck, I'm gonna go on this wall and it's like it's gonna be known forever. So luckily they told my mom like we can't do that, but the thought of like it going up there was embarrassing. I was already embarrassed enough, but yeah, that was just crazy. I was so glad once we got that whole thing finished. And to this day, I swear to God, I've never stepped foot in a Sears again. Never. I just it just like traumatized me. And that was when I was like 13. Like yeah, I think I was like 13 years old. And I'm like pushing 30 now, and I still haven't went to a Sears yet just because it was just embarrassing to me. So, I'll just never forget that. I did learn my lesson. I never stole again after that. So, moral to the story is don't steal. It makes you look stupid. It's embarrassing, and yeah. But it's just a funny little story that, to this day when I see Maple or speak to her, we don't really talk all the time anymore just because we went our separate ways. But when I see her, we just always say one word to each other, and we're just like peacemaker. And we make a joke because we had to go through the peacemaker program together. But it was just really, really funny. So, I don't know. I hope you guys like this story. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And be on the lookout for more video. Yeah, if I could speak. More videos, okay? Bye-bye.